Ladies, gentlemen, please take your seats. The spotlight is about to begin. Good evening, everybody. I'm Mystery Matt, and you're listening to the Mystery Matt Spotlight Podcast. This evening, we're going to be talking about nothing at all. Why not? We haven't done one in a bit, and besides that, I kept putting off doing research for the one that we're supposed to be doing, so that's how that works.
And Chris has got his kids. So
and Chris has his kids, so we had scheduling conflicts, laziness, and well, it's not really laziness. I was doing other things, like life things, mowing the lawn,
1 day a week.
1 day a week. Work the other 5. Actually, mowing the lawn has been like sometimes a 2-day a week because it'll start to rain on me.
You
or
usually do it like the front lawn on Saturday and the back lawn on Sunday because of your sun time, because he's pale as F.
I'm so white that I make the cream in an Oreo cookie jealous.
Are you translucent?
Some days. I glow in the dark.
We need to get you one of those farmer hats.
So if you haven't guessed, we're joined by Nancy, Sarah, and Rivers here tonight. You want to say hi, River?
Hi, everybody. How's it going?
Don't get all silly and stuff. Just relax.
Just see you.
Don't get all excited and stuff. It's just chill, man. Just chill. We're a low-key band,
So I guess we got to kind of keep this PG since River's here.
Well, to a degree, because she does know what not to say.
Yeah, that's true.
She's, yeah, the B word, the F word, the R word, and
C word.
Oh, there's all kinds of words. Oh, there is probably a swear word for every letter in the alphabet.
Would you consider rectum a swear word?
Maybe.
No.
Don't talk unless you're on the microphone.
But I'm going to shove it up your rectum. Okay, you can turn it into a swear word. That's true.
I'm going to tell you guys that too. Don't talk unless you're on the microphone.
I was.
Yeah, but she wasn't.
Fair enough.
She was saying what I was saying.
Yes.
I know you guys got to share. Like me and River got to share. We got to get low. I got to get low. You got to get higher or more over.
Closer.
No, I mean like higher or more, not vocally higher. Don't move your chair, you silly butt.
So this is a slow start.
So, one of the things that is coming up, the one that we were supposed to be doing tonight, was the Mandela Effect. And the reason I haven't gotten it done yet is because I don't want to repeat too many of the ones from the last one. The last one I have found to be hard to find on some of the different players, so I was either going to re-release it or put out a new link for it, even though it's there, but it's not there for every app.
I would just re-release it, I think. Re-release it, and we'll get to the Mandela Effect maybe September, I think. 'Cause I think Chris said he's unavailable all through August, right? And he wants to do that one with Nancy and you.
Yeah, I don't know when we're going to squeeze it in.
We'll squeeze it in somewhere.
Figured out.
We'll squeeze it in somewhere. Our topics are pretty much booked for June and July.
It'll probably be like we'll have something else that we're supposed to do, and then by that time I've already done the research, so we're like, oh, well, this is ready, so let's just do it then,
Yeah, you've got next week next week. And then you got 2 weeks of podcasting to do. Next week is you and Greg on the Sunday. Black Eyed Children. Nancy's
Sunday.
not. She forgot. And then we have the one coming up June 8th as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. River has something to say.
What
Don't
do you got,
burp in your
Riv?
microphone.
The 2nd of June?
Yeah.
I've got a joke for all of you guys out there.
Because I didn't book it in because we hadn't picked a time. I think that's probably why.
Oh, maybe.
What do you call dry ice cream? Dessert.
Awesome.
Boom, boom, ching.
Bump. Yeah, so we got a lot of stuff coming up this season. I'm carrying on with the streaming on YouTube. Sarah's got her Monday night live streams, except for last week when we were, having a vacation too. Like, leave us alone.
Yeah.
We're allowed.
I think both of us were not feeling well last week.
Yeah, you weren't feeling well. I was tired. We had just also got back from taking River to my parents. And I was like, rush. I just wanted to relax before work. So yeah, having the break last week was nice. You know, and not having to worry about the trial stuff right now has been really nice.
Also, not having to go put on makeup.
Yes.
That was enjoyable.
Yes, very much so.
I do want to get like Chris in on more,
Yes.
or maybe even find another voice out there. Maybe if someone's listening and they're interested, you know,
Yeah.
even
Well,
even if it's a one-off,
Well, we have
we'll interview people. Why
Nancy and Mikey coming up in 4 weeks, I think it is. The 15th of June, you guys are doing a podcast on secret societies. I was going to say supernatural. Shit. Yes, we got that coming up. So what's in June? Black Eyed Children,
not? You're the calendar lady.
Jack the Ripper, social or secret societies, and Shark Week. And then we kick off our cult month in July.
Yeah. July, not August. See, that's where it says 8. What?
Greg said 8 for next Sunday.
Oh, I see. So, any plans this summer? Do we have plans? We're cleaning the deck, but
Yeah, you're gonna do that tomorrow, aren't you?
weeding. I don't know about the deck tomorrow. Tomorrow is definitely lawnmower day.
Yeah, but you said you wanted to get the deck done before your dad comes next week.
Yeah, it would give it a couple extra days. So it depends on the weather. If it's warm enough, then yeah.
I think it's supposed to be.
If it's not raining and thunder and all that kind of stuff.
Well, we have Comic-Con coming up too.
Yeah.
We have Comic-Con. We're going for River this year.
Now, River, are you going to wear a costume to Comic-Con?
Oh, you know I am.
What are you wearing, baby?
I'm gonna be going as Hermione Granger. She's my favorite Harry Potter character.
And why are you going to Comic-Con?
I'm going to see the actress who played Ginny and the actor who played Neville.
Very nice.
And if you guys are a big fan of my dad, Mystery Matt, go to his website on YouTube.
She's so adorable. How can you resist that? Go there. She's so cute. Don't let her down.
Go there now.
Okay, maybe not. That was frightening.
Oh, my. That went south in a hurry.
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't forget to check us out on Twitter.
And Facebook.
You can't do
I
it.
can't do it. I don't have an evil bone
It's
in my
either
body.
it's got to be a creepy little girl or a giant dude.
Nancy, do you have a creepy voice?
I don't know.
Nope.
Nope. I guess Matt's right. We just proved his hypothesis right.
Wowie. So I heard Beetlejuice 2 is coming out in September. What do you want to see that? Are you interested in Beetlejuice?
I used to love that movie. I don't know if it was because it scared the crap out of my younger brother or if I actually enjoyed it. But I'm really looking forward to seeing how they are doing because it's supposed to be like following. Like
Yeah.
it's not a reboot.
It's a continuation.
It's a continuation. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why it's 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently they're calling it Beetlejuice.
Instead of 3.
No, because it's the second one.
But the first one, the movie is. They're
The
not
first one
saying-
is Beetlejuice. The second one is Beetlejuice.
And the third one, we're all going to bring Beetlejuice alive if we keep saying
But-
it.
But if you're going to do the sequel as Beetlejuice, you would be missing an opportunity for doing Beetlejuice. You know what I mean? Like, you need that final one. If you're going to double up the name like that, you have to do all 3.
Yeah.
So are they going to wait another 20 years?
I hope. Well, okay,
do
so
the third one?
what if they sign Keaton on to do this one, and then, like, after, like, say, a 6-month hiatus, they come back and they do the next one?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, They could do it like they did Batman 1 and 2, where they led straight into the second one. Or like they're doing with the new Ghostbusters, where it's not really a reboot, but a passing of the torch kind of deal.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what the idea is. They're getting a new Lydia character because Lydia's grown up now, so we're going to be following her daughter and the antics of Beetlejuice, right?
Yep.
Apparently the marriage was actually really significant from the last one, about how, like, if he actually does get married and it goes through, then he gets all these, like, he's apparently a demon.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's about to get deeper, the lore of Beetlejuice.
Like, you just figured that out, that he was a demon?
See,
They never said that, though.
they
in the
never really
movie.
said he was a demon. They said he was the ghost with the most.
Yes.
And I and many people on the internet have theorized that the reason he's all green and has that kind of stuff was because he died of the plague.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Whereas when you go to the office of the recently deceased, I love that term, and you see all the different people and just trying to guess how
shrunken
they...
head.
The shrunken head guy
And the
is
girl with her body is sitting beside her, and she's
but
been cut in
apparently
half.
the shrunken head guy is a major character in this one. He's in the cards this time.
Oh.
Like, you know, when they're like, you know, Michael Keaton, Michelle Pfeiffer, you know, like where they give you the top 3 stars. Well, they give you like the top 6 stars, and one of them is the shrunken head guy.
Is that his literal name?
I don't know. But he was always one of the coolest ones as a kid, too, because they made toys based around the little head and how
Yes, they
Beetlejuice's
did,
head
yeah.
shrunk, too. And I like how it even showed the witch doctor that did it to him. If you notice. And the witch doctor, I think, has a spear through him or something like that, or a gunshot wound. So you can tell the guy with the shrunken head and the witch doctor fought each other at some point. And they both died, and they had to go to the office of the recently deceased. Or the completely flat guy who does the filing.
Yes.
He's completely run over.
Ding dang, walla walla bing bang.
Copyright.
I think that song's old enough now.
I don't know. Someone's using it.
But that wasn't 30 seconds either.
That's not copyright.
But yeah, so I'm ready for it. I also want to see the new Ghostbusters. Apparently, it's on Prime, I think, now. You can watch it.
I haven't looked, to be honest. I haven't been on Prime in a while since they moved Jurassic Park back to Netflix. So, I can keep bouncing back and forth.
I know Sarah hasn't. I know River hasn't. What about you, Nancy? Have you seen any of the Fallout series?
No.
It's good from what I've seen, and I'm only on episode 3 because I keep going back to watch it again to see if I can see things in the background. Yep. That's nerdy.
That's what I do with... Well, that's what I did with Supernatural, right? And New Girl. I did that same with New Girl. Because with New Girl, I kept catching things over the last, 100 watches of the series.
Yeah.
I kept catching new things every time.
Well, this one goes even further because it's based around a series of games, and there's, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them now. And you see in the background all the time all these different references. Like, for example, there's bobbleheads in the one game that you collect. And each time you collect one, it gives you a permanent stat boost. Well, in the show, you can actually see them in the background. And right in the first episode, she walks by one, she bumps him on the head, and his head starts to wiggle and stuff like that. So, I think even in one of the other episodes, it showed one, sitting on a table over in the back and stuff like that. What is going on?
River's cleaning her feet
River,
with
don't
her hand.
clean your feet.
She's
when
licking her
we're
hand
on
and
a
then rubbing it
podcast.
on her feet.
Oh, that is gross.
I hope you're not licking your hand after you rub it on your feet. Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
Oh.
I got a crayon you can eat later.
Wait to 16, huh? Don't have to. Now I've seen it all.
Come work with me.
Wow. Yeah, that's different though. Those are adults that still think they're children.
They don't necessarily think they're children.
Well, yeah, it's just kind of their
They
shortcoming
stop
that
developing
yeah.
at certain
Yeah.
ages, yes.
Yeah.
I would say more, but I can't. Once we're off air, I'll say some things.
Well, my nephew Dyson, he had a lot of seizures growing up and stuff like that, and we figured he's probably stopped developing mentally, and he's kind of stuck around 12 to 14 mentally, I would say. Maybe a little lower. But, yeah. He was a smart kid before, his brain started shorting out on him. And
That's what seizures do.
yeah. And me, my brother, and my sister, we all had them.
That explains a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, the febrile?
Yeah. Yeah. And then Atoria, his sister, my nephew, Dyson is my nephew, Atoria is my niece. She was having them, and it was weird because, he had them, and then his started to slow down, and then she started to have them, and then there was weeks where it was he'll have one at the starting of the week, she'll have one at the end of the week, and they'll alternate, and we didn't know what the hell was going on.
Well, that's because they're Irish twins.
Then Atoria's were getting really bad. They were happening all the time. And then out of nowhere, hers stopped entirely, and Dyson's became the worst we've ever seen.
Did she hit puberty?
No,
No, it was before
it was before that. It was probably before the age of 7. Yeah, so rough things going on when genetics get in the way. They're like, oh, it's not genetic. And it's like, yeah, no, I'm sorry, it is. There's something there. It's genetic. It's 100% genetic. Because, I talked to a lot of other friends, and they're like, oh, yeah, we never had those kind of things.
Yeah, I never had those either. Neither my brother nor I.
Yeah, and so many families haven't had to deal with that. But, I remember growing up and going to my dad, and I'm like, Dad, Michael's having a seizure. He's like, what? How do you know? Oh, because he's shaking like Michaela used to. Oh. And he gets up and he goes and he checks, and sure enough, he's having a seizure, and gets him into the bathtub and tries to reduce his temperature and all that kind of stuff.
I thought you were going to say you threw in a load of laundry.
Well, you could. You really could. But yeah.
Stick a wooden spoon in his mouth.
I was younger than the age of 8, and I was already able to diagnose a seizure. I should have been a service animal, I tell you what. River, can you get the light, please?
Why? It's not dark out here.
Yeah, I know, but eventually the bugs are going to come for me, and I'd rather them go for the light.
Oh, my God. I'm such a baby.
Whatever, miss, come kill this bug.
You didn't. I had to do it.
No,
now there's
you
a
didn't,
shoe
'cause I
print
had
on my
other
wall.
things to do.
There's a big shoe print in the bathroom wall where I killed a spider the size of a dinner plate.
It wasn't the size of a dinner
It was
plate.
like the size of a nickel. But that's too big.
Yeah, I agree. Too big.
Yeah. Now there's a shoe print because I had to use my flip-flop.
I'm out doing yard work, just started,
He wouldn't
and just
rescue
getting
me.
into
What an
it.
ass.
She comes
Part of
running
the
out, come
contract.
kill this. I'm like,
I
you're just
promise
as
to love and
close.
to cherish, through rich or for poor, and to kill the spiders.
Oh, see, she forgot that part.
See, I'm in there and I'm like, I really want my daddy. Because my daddy would have came and killed the spider for me. He would have swore at me. Okay, maybe not now, but he can't kill the spider. But I mean, he would have totally killed the spider for me. I used to live in the basement. I'm like, Dad!
Yeah, but he probably wasn't busy doing something when you asked him to come kill
Sometimes
this
he
stupid
was.
spider.
And then
Yeah,
he'd
I
come
know.
down and swear at me, but he'd kill the damn spider and then go off swearing at me. But he would come down and rescue me. So.
Well, if your life was in danger, I would have.
It was a big black spider of the size of a nickel.
Mm-hmm.
It ate a daddy long legs in my eyes. Not in my eyes, right before my eyes. I could see it in the mirror.
It ate a daddy long
Yes,
leg.
it devoured the motherfucker right there. Don't say motherfucker.
Wow.
The leg was little sticky leg thing from the daddy long legs was just tweet, 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 tweet. And then it was gone.
Wow.
Then gone.
They ate it.
He did.
I saw a video the other day of a seagull eating a squirrel.
Ew.
Like
How does
choking
that
it.
work?
It was choking it down like a cobra would, just
He
but
must
like
have
a
tasted
duck.
like a French fry.
Oh man, it was weird because the back legs are hanging out, the tail's hanging out.
Okay, enough.
It's gagging this thing down.
Blah.
New
Oh
topic.
jeez.
Blah.
Bad topic of the month.
Blah.
Anyway, it says to Mabel, it says.
I saw another video. This guy has a friend over, and she's like, "Oh, look at all the chinchillas. And he's got like 2 chinchillas in a cage. And she's like, can I hold one? And he's like, yeah, no problem. And he reaches into his pocket and just hands her one. So, like, there's 2 in the cage, and he just happened to have one on him. It's just like, here, have a chinchilla.
Emotional support chinchilla.
I guess. I guess.
So, like, instead of having a dog in a purse, you have a chinchilla in your pocket.
And then at one point, there was another video he did, and he's like, oh, well, better empty my pockets before I go to bed. And he's like, 1 chinchilla, 2 chinchilla. And he had like 6 chinchillas in his freaking hoodie. He had like an extra large kangaroo pocket, and they were all just snuggled up in a circle around the front of him.
Aww, like this.
They're like,
I don't do rodents.
They're so cute though.
oh
no,
man.
No.
Apparently
A
they're
dog or bust. That's all it is.
apparently they're super friendly.
I always wanted a
I
ferret.
don't care.
Yeah, you don't like
I don't
them?
care.
You sound like my mom.
I don't care.
Mom, I wanted a ferret and a bunny when I was younger. Mom's like, nope, sorry, rodents attract rodents. I'm like,
I don't think that's true.
I actually wanted a skunk. I think skunks are cute.
skunks are cute, but they stinky kitties.
You just take out the
The
pouch.
stinker, yeah.
Yeah.
But same with ferrets, because ferrets have that scent sac too.
Yeah.
As soon as you take that out,
They creep me out though.
but they're so funny.
Well, skunks also have those claws too. You gotta.
I would get it declawed.
Yeah.
That would be me.
That's illegal.
Well,
Well,
it is. Well, it's.
I don't know about skunks. I know it is for cats. So
It is now. Yeah.
yeah, thank you.
What's up, River?
I saw this one video where a cat was jumping and it jumped into a bucket of cold water and said, "I'm cold," in the weirdest way ever. And I was dying my little eyeballs out, and it was just so funny. It was like,
Well,
"I'm
since
cold."
we're talking about videos that make us all laugh, Chris kept quoting this one video. Finally, he sent it to Matt. I looked it up.
No. He told me about it, and I found
Oh,
it. It
okay.
just came across one day. Yeah.
Well, I found it too, and it was a little girl on her back porch in the south, and there's a baby bear on the other side of the railing. And I sent it to Nance, and I showed it to her, and the little girl's like, "Can I pet that dog? I want to pet that dog." And she really wanted to pet that dog, but it
pet that dog.
It's a flipping bear.
was a flipping bear. I'm like that, and then River's comment was, "Oh, she sounds like a hillbilly." I'm like, River, that's because she is a hillbilly. And my mom chastised me for that yesterday. Or the other day, and I said, yeah, she was a hillbilly. And Mom's like, that's not nice. You shouldn't say hillbilly. I'm like, but she was clearly a hillbilly, Mom, because most people at the age of 3 knows the difference between a frickin' dog and a frickin' bear.
Can I pet that dog?
See, River does it really well. Can I pet that dog? But Chris kept saying that for months and months and months, and then we finally saw the video. It was actually funnier than we thought.
It got cold.
It did, and my sweater's in the house.
I don't have a sweater.
You're wearing long sleeves, though.
No, they're like the 3/4 length.
Oh, yeah, I have like little sleeves.
Yeah.
So, Sarah, since there's a bird sitting here tweeting at us, what was your bird's name?
I had a budgie named Coco, named after Coco Beware. And Coco Beware used to walk to the ring with a big parrot named Frankie, but I didn't want to name this bird Frankie because I figured that was too obvious. And I didn't know really if it was a boy or a girl, and I figured Coco was a...
Gender neutral.
Yeah, thank you. I was going to say bisexual name, but that
That's
was great.
the most common name for a Furby, too, I think.
I don't know. Anyways, I had that bird, and our dog Maddie loved that bird, and every time I took the cage into the bathroom to get it clean, like to clean the cage, I would let the bird free, but I have to lock Maddie out because you don't know if the basset hound is going to put that bird in her mouth or not, right? She might think it's like, Kentucky Fried Chicken or something. And so, Maddie would get all butthurt. She'd be outside the door thinking I was doing something to my poor bird. And as soon as I put the cage back down all clean and tidy, she'd be up on the table, like on the couch next to the bird cage and sniffing her away and looking and wagging her butt and stuff like that. So when Coco died, Maddie was acting kind of weird. So I went upstairs and I realized Coco wasn't making noise. And I found him or her on the bottom of the cage. So I took him out. I showed him to Maddie, and then we put him to rest together. Me and my basset hound. Sad story.
I was over at a friend's place, and this is also a sad story, but one of those things that make you go, what the fuck was that about? So my friend had a hamster, and its favorite thing to do was climb up the back of the cage, shimmy across to the middle, and then drop on its back. Just thunk on the bottom of the cage. You get up, shake himself off, maybe grab a sip of water and climb up again. Well, morning came, and he succeeded in whatever he was attempting to do because he killed himself. He did it so many times, he killed himself.
Blunt force trauma of a hamster.
Have you not? So, okay, if you ever need a good laugh, Google it, or it's on Reddit, but you can Google, it'll bring you to Reddit. Or funny hamster death stories, or how did my hamster die? Some of the things are so funny. Like, Katie and I were sitting there the one day, we were crying. We were laughing so hard, and we couldn't even continue reading. I think the one was my brother and I had a hamster when we were younger. And we thought, and he was having a seizure, but we thought that he was putting on a dance show. So here we are cheering for him, and then he had a seizure, and then he died. And we thought that we didn't know really what happened. Afterwards, we realized he had a seizure. I'm like, in my head, I could just see like a little hamster dancing, and then putting on a show, and then like just dropping dead. Like, I think we laughed for an hour, and every time we looked at one another, we were just like, yeah, that was it. We just started laughing again.
What did you say to me the other day about that had a picture in my head? Oh my god, it was so funny. Oh, it was about a cow. What were we talking about? The cow delivering the mail?
Yeah, we were talking about how like I have an invitation to go to a cottage and play D&D for a weekend. And not only was I saying like there's nothing here, there's like a small corner store maybe, there's no houses for miles, medical equipment is miles and miles away. Like, it's so bad that the mailman is a freaking cow with a hat on,
and all I could picture was this cow with like the little brown, like the little blue shorts and the
Purelator outfit?
Yeah, and a little messenger bag full of mail going, mail. And I was like, he put that image in my head the other night, and I was done. Like, I was laughing my ass off. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I love it when you put pictures of random shit in my head.
Yep. Try living in this one.
No. I wouldn't mind vacationing there for a day, though.
Nope. If you do, bring your slide whistle.
Yes, River.
Last night, I said something funny. We heard, me, Mom, and Mystery Matt, we heard a noise, and I was like, what the soccer's boomerang? And Mom just started to laugh the heck out. And by the way, I got that from Avatar: The Last Airbenders.
Oh, okay. I said, well, I don't know what, Matt's like, what the heck does that mean? And she's like, I said, I don't care as long as she didn't say what the fuck. So I'll take it.
But we don't know that she wasn't saying what the fuck.
I mean, obviously it is what the fuck, but in a more of a PG way. By the way, don't
calm
say
down.
What the fuck. But River comes up with some originals.
That wasn't, though. That's from a show.
I know, but my favorite one that she's come up with is turkeyed up in there.
Yeah.
And that's when someone poops, but they can't get it out. They come out and, oh, it's all turkeyed up in there. I don't know exactly what it means, but it's so funny, and it's kind of like, I get it. It's stuck up in there like a turkey, I guess. Is that what you mean?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what she said she means. But it's all turkeyed up in there. It doesn't just apply to poop, though. You get something stuck in a pipe. It's all turkeyed up in there.
Do you think they will bring back any really popular franchises from back in the day, like Police Academy?
I don't know.
Or could they not get away with the same type of caliber as Police Academy today? And
I think the woke situation is so bad in Hollywood right now that writing comedy is very difficult to actually be funny because everybody's so afraid of offending everybody. Well, and I think people just need to loosen their.
And there were racial stereotypes.
Oh yeah.
Brought forth in Police Academy, but anytime it was against someone, that someone always had a comeback or had someone step in to defend them, kind of thing, which I appreciate.
Oh yeah, for sure. But no, I don't think so because like I said, I think people need to loosen up their cornholes a little bit because you can't pussyfoot around everybody. You know, you can't.
You said pussy.
I did. But I mean, like, you just can't. You have to just let things go, man. Just be chill.
I saw another video. Someone's like, how do you say good evening, ladies and gentlemen, but being gender neutral?
saw that.
And the person comes on, sup, fuckers?
There was another one, and it was like part 2. And it was like, so they stitched the same video, and it was like, my previous video said, what's up, fuckers? Here's part 2. How's it going, fuckheads? No, yeah. And I know, like, in my professional world, I have to be very careful because, like, you say one wrong thing and people are down your throat. I think the one night we were joking, and I always say this jokingly because my family is not from here either. But I was at work and somebody that's not from Canada, like, moved here, was like, oh, it's so cold. How do you guys handle the cold? And I was like, it's not a myth that North America is cold in places. Like, it's not, like, we all know, like, I don't know, maybe a lot of places don't study, but, like, I know the environment and stuff over, you know, in Europe and different parts have snow and some places don't. And I was like, so why'd you, like, jokingly, I'm like, why'd you come then? If you knew that it would be cold and you didn't like the cold, why'd you come to a place where it's cold for like 7 months out of the year? Joking, because whenever my aunts complain that they don't want to go out because there's snow, and I'm like, then why'd you move here? Go back home. Like, why are you here?
There's 2 massive cold countries, and they're both really well known. One of them is Canada, and the other one is Russia. You know, for being big populated countries. Of course, we've got
We
Arctic
all know
and Antarctic.
Russia's
but
flipping
I'm talking
cold.
about like big
If you
countries.
don't like the cold, don't go to Russia. Like, that's the thing.
It's like if you don't like the rain, don't go to England or Ireland. It rains all the damn time. Like, we know climate, and it's like, okay, if you don't like the heat, you don't go to South America.
Exactly.
You know, you're not going to go to Brazil if you don't like bugs and heat. You're not going to go to Africa if you don't want malaria. Well, there's shots for that. But I mean, like, it's
And
hot there.
Like, different times of the year, people travel.
Yeah, it's hot.
And
cold.
And they're like, well, you better be careful because somebody could take that as an offense because some people had to flee here. And I was like, okay, but we were all just laughing and joking. And so now all of a sudden you're telling me that I'm like, so what, I just don't open my mouth?
Yeah.
And like living in a house that I live in with the people that I live in, the comments that are made, and like my dad grew up on job sites and he's got names for other people, and I was like, okay guys, we can't be racist outside of our house. Like, it's like Fight Club, right?
Like, I have nicknames for certain people at my work who live in the condo, but obviously I don't call them that to their face. But if I say a nickname to, like, one of my coworkers, they kind of figure out exactly who I'm talking about. And it's not necessarily, it's never really a racist, it's not racist names, it's just, like, you know.
I don't have any hurtful nicknames for anybody.
The complainer is one of them.
Like, I got a nickname for one guy at work. His name is Mitch. I call him Mitchell because he hates it.
Yeah, but you hate being called Maddie.
Yeah, I hate being called Maddie. It just, well, to me, it just seems like,
I just
one,
gave
it's
Nancy a log for the fire.
feminine, and 2, I knew other Maddies, and they weren't of the same persuasion as me, if you catch my drift.
They were Maddie.
Yeah, they were Maddie. Maddie.
Like the cop.
Yeah. Yeah, so, like, and that's fine. Like, I had a couple people that, like, since I met them, they called me Maddie. So I've let it slide, like Steph's one of them. You can't get her to stop calling
My
me
friend
Maddie.
Joelle called you that.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Oh,
What's
okay.
Maddie doing? I'm like, well, you would be better if you stopped calling him that, but I never said that.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's like, oh, yeah. Because you're trying to be polite.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't walk around and call the person from whatever unit number Boomer.
Well, even the one guy that I talk to every single day, I said, how are you today, John? And he's like, I'm good. How are you, Matthew? And he spelled it with 2 T's. And I'm like, there's 1 T, fella.
1 T. Because, yeah, it's always been 1 T.
How did he find the podcast or the YouTube channel? I don't understand this.
But Matthew is generally spelled with 2
I know
T's.
that.
So that would be why, like, I was surprised because I couldn't find the page the one time, and I said to Sarah, I'm like, I can't find it. She's like, Matt with 1 T. I'm like, oh, okay.
Why is there only 1 T in Matt? Well, that's the mystery.
It's not really a mystery because you said your mom just forgot to leave one out. Or that she
No,
just wanted to spell it differently.
She wanted to spell it differently, and she also made it so that I couldn't abbreviate it to mat. Otherwise, I would be a carpet. Because it would be M-A-T instead of M-A-T-T.
Well, guess what, doormat?
Yeah, and I still do it. I abbreviate it.
I only ever call Matt Matthew when I'm like, Matthew? Like when I need him to do something like and I want it done now.
Or if I have my dick pants on.
Yeah, Matthew, you got your dick pants on. Even River says, Daddy, you got your dick pants on.
Got my dick pants on.
Yeah, what?
Everyone in town's got dick pants.
I miss Mike.
Tight pants. I got my tight pants on.
We just changed it to dick pants. our buddy Mike changed it to dick pants on our Ark server when we were playing Ark one time.
I don't have any DP.
So
yeah, River actually says D pants or tight, like your pants, Dad, your pants or your D pants.
we
raised her better than
you and I recently upgraded to the PlayStation 5, and we normally play a lot of Ark. However, we haven't gotten into the new Ark
and
yet.
I haven't played anything on my PS5 yet since I got it.
Yeah.
I want to, but nobody will play Ark with me. It's the only game I will
want
play.
you to branch out into other games.
Unless you show me I can tame dinosaurs and make them something I can ride, I don't want to. Okay?
There's like one game that you can do that in.
Ark.
Yeah, you gotta expand your things. You even bought Jurassic Park and you didn't even play it.
That's because that one was like build the park and like I don't know what I'm doing. And every time I tried to place a building or place a fence, oh, you can't place that there. I'm like, oh, for fudge sakes. I want to place that building there. That's where you're telling me to put it, but it will not let me put it there. I don't get it. So I got frustrated and I said FT. So I also...
Like, I wouldn't take you into Space Engineers because
No, I
that's
don't like
too
space.
complicated for you.
I don't like space. I like I might get the next WWE 24 to like 2K game. That one I'm eyeing. I've heard good stuff about it. The graphics don't look as shitty as they had in the past, and Chris seems to like it, and it's something I could play with him. And now they have that share option thingy that Chris talks about that we can probably play it too and stream it. So I am looking at that. I'm just really bad at wrestling games because I don't know what buttons to hit, so I just... And I get either lucky or I get trampled. So...
Did I tell you that I was working the one day and my client likes to play, was it Black Ops? Is that the one? I think that might have, there's like a mission or something and
Call of Duty?
yeah, Call of Duty, that's it, yeah. And so he's like, just play with me, I'll teach you. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna warn you, I'm shitty. And we got nowhere. He just kept having to save me because I was like, what am I supposed to do? And he's like, I told you, hit this button, this button. I'm like, my hands just don't. I'm like, I don't know.
It doesn't translate.
It takes a while sometimes, especially for us, because we were probably used to the old NES system when we played games.
There's like 8 buttons I was supposed
There's
to
more
press.
buttons, right? There's not like a D-pad and 2 buttons like there used to be. There's all these sorts of buttons. So it actually takes you...
A, B, C, and a joystick, and I'm good.
And I find that, okay, once you get used to the controls, you're good. But it takes a while. So for me, I stick with Ark because I figured out the controls. I don't have to look what I'm doing anymore. But you throw a new game at me, and I gotta sit there and I waste time staring at my controller trying to figure out what button is which. I missed the command
That's
on
just
the
it.
doohickey.
That's probably going to be what happens when you go into the new Ark. You're going to have to relearn all the buttons because they changed everything.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, like, once I get that down, I don't find Ark as frustrating. And I don't know if Ark 2 or Ark Ascended will be as frustrating as trying to learn the WWE game. Because if you miss it, it wants you to hit X and the LR button or the L2 button and the D-pad right thing at the same time to get a whatever done. And they give you, like, literally 0.2 seconds to do it. Like, fuck, I missed it. You know what I mean? And next thing you know, you're done. And it's like, I almost had that match won if I could just figure out the goddamn buttons. And I couldn't. And it gets so frustrated. So I give up on games a lot because of that. Because the buttons change. If the buttons were just jump for every game was the same damn button.
It usually is.
Fuck off.
There is control standards, and a lot of people stick to relatively the same things, right?
Well, I know for Nintendo, they're relatively, like, for Mario games and stuff, they're relatively the same. Like, B is jump, A is run, hold down this. You know, they're relatively standard. And that's why I don't mind the Mario games and stuff for the Switch and shit. Same with, like, Mario Kart. But to learn a game on, like, an Xbox, like, the Xbox controller just makes me want to throw up. And even for the longest time, the PlayStation controllers made me want to throw up. Because there was just so many buttons. Just too many. And now it's like, okay, I got it down for one game. I just need the patience to get it down for another. I just don't have that. So.
Yeah.
I also don't have the time to learn a new one.
Well, even if we do get into Ark, we still want to wait until there's more content to it. Because right now they just got the 2 maps. And they've added expansion packs and explorer packs and this and that. But I don't know if they all work on all the maps or what the deal is
Yeah,
there.
but I like to at least play some of our original Ark on it, just so I can say, hey, I'm using my PlayStation that cost me X amount of money.
Well, you had time when you first got it.
But nobody would play with me. I don't like playing by myself. I get bored.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure now the server's shut down, so. Anyway, we're at about 40 minutes. Anybody want to add anything?
40 minutes and we've talked literally about boring shit.
Yeah, well, I said it was going to be about nothing. And if you're boring, that's your
I thought
fault.
it would be funnier.
I thought you'd be funnier, but you let us down.
Lick my box.
You don't let me. Anyways, you guys have a
Did
good
you just
night.
blame me for that?
And we will talk to you next week. Have a good one.